to SportsCenter. Senior NFL insider Adam Schefter is with us. And Schefty, there's news about Derrick Henry and his future. What can you tell us?
All right, Shay, Derrick Henry was scheduled to go into the last year of his contract, but no longer. The Ravens have given him a 2-year, $30 million extension that includes $25 million fully guaranteed over the next 2 years. And Derrick Henry now will have the opportunity to finish his career in Baltimore, where he made such a mark last year. Baltimore recognized the value and is keeping him there for the long term.
Gotta love seeing Schefty in studio. I didn't even know you were here. I just heard your voice and I turned around. I thought I was going to see you in a screen, and he's delivering breaking news. Hello, Schefty. Good to see you. Other news of the day, Chiefs and Cowboys are going to play on Thanksgiving. We're obviously going to hear about the full schedule here later on tonight, but what do you make of this matchup early on?
Listen, if we go back and look at the Cowboys Thanksgiving Day matchups, there have been a lot of Giants, a lot of Washington when Washington wasn't very good. This might be as appealing a Thanksgiving Day matchup for the Dallas Cowboys as we've seen in quite some time. This was a game that I'm sure every network wanted badly, and inevitably the league decides to award it to CBS with the Chiefs facing the Cowboys on Thanksgiving Day in Week 13, and really the Chiefs have become a drawing card, because they're going to play on Christmas Day at home against the Broncos. They're going to play on Thanksgiving Day in Dallas against the Cowboys. They're going to play in Week 1, it looks like, in Brazil against the Chargers. Wherever the league can sell Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Andy Reid, and the Chiefs, they're going to do that. And it just so happens that it'll be on Thanksgiving Day in Dallas as well.
They should. Travis Kelce coming back. Chiefs were last seen in the Super Bowl, getting their butt kicked, I might add. But nonetheless, will be a good one. Can't wait to hear the rest of the schedule later on tonight. Thank you, Schefty. Good
Thank
to
you,
see you.
Shannon. Nice to see you.
Kyle Long, Lige Douzable here to break down this upcoming season, some games that we are so excited about, and we're going to dive deep into the games you're most looking forward to in the 2025 season. So one of the most exciting games in the playoffs last season was a divisional round showdown between Baltimore and Buffalo. We all watched it, a game that was decided by Mark Andrews' drop two-point conversion. It was a 27-25 Bills victory. Lige, you ready for the matchup?
Oh, this is one I'm really excited about, JD and Kyle. You talked about it, JD, right? At the end of the game, even though Lamar Jackson had 2 costly turnovers in that first half, he had a chance to right the ship, but Mark Andrews drops a pass with 1 minute, 33 seconds left on the clock to tie the game up. He was wide open to the right of the pylon, and it just went through his hands. So this game also signifies the 2 top candidates for the MVP. Let's not forget, they finished 1 and 2, and it was the closest in the vote for the MVP since the 2003 season when Steve McNair and Peyton Manning shared that award. And you see it right there. Most regular season wins in a 7-year span. We got the Baltimore Ravens and the Buffalo Bills. Last year, this game was not only played in a divisional round, but it was played early in the season. I guarantee the schedule makers, because there's going to be playoff ramifications, will put this game later on in the year, because seeding in the playoffs will matter when it comes to this game. I'm so excited for this one. Again, both of these guys finished 1 and 2 in MVP votes. And again, this will probably be one of the best games of the season when it comes down.
You always wonder if these games will actually turn out how we expect them to turn out. A lot of times they do, sometimes they're duds, but high expectations for that one. Kyle, looking at your top matchups, no shock here. You have the Bears facing off against the Commanders. We're still waiting on the date of that one. What excites you about that one?
Well, there's so much to look at and to try to digest when looking at this matchup. It's 2 teams that are trying to turn over a new leaf. And when I talk about new leaf for the Commanders, it's finish even better than you did last year. For Commanders fans, you got to be part of a real magical journey with Jayden Daniels being dominant from day 1 with the Washington Commanders. And I was watching when the Hail Mary happened. We call it the Fail Mary in Chicago. Since then, the Washington Commanders were 9 and 4. They made a historic run into the playoffs. So for Commanders fans, they're going to have their eyes on, are we going to take the next step? And that's really tough to do. You can ask Lige this as well. When you have such success, it's tough to match that. And on the other side, obviously, the Chicago Bears 1 and 10 since that Hail Mary. Brutal. Finished with a win against the Packers. Gotta love that. 2 young star quarterbacks. The league understands this, and you saw that with the matchup that Lige was talking about, Bills-Ravens. Well, this game's got a delicious set of quarterbacks to feast your eyes on. That's what it really comes down to. Offensive driven talent-driven league, quarterback-driven league, two great young quarterbacks looking to take the next step for the Chicago Bears. Ben Johnson's in the building now, so we got different kind of reinforcements showing up for Caleb Williams this season, Jenny.
Delicious, huh? I never would use that word describing a football.
Delectable. It's fantastic.
Keep going.
It's luxury.
All right.
It's luxury.
I like it. The NFL announced that the Green Bay Packers will play the Chicago Bears on December 20th. But, Lijay, on that day, you have your eyes on a different game. So we got the Super Bowl champs, the Eagles, visiting the Commanders. This is a rematch of last season's NFC Championship game. It should offer plenty of playoff implications that late in the season. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, first and foremost, the NFL knows what they're doing when they scheduled this game in Week 16. Let's not forget, going back to last year, these two teams, divisional foes, played it this exact week. And we had a magical game. The Commanders turned it over 5 times. I believe Jayden Daniels had 2 interceptions, and they also had 3 fumbles that game. But it was Jayden Daniels being magical at the end of the game. 2-minute drive, finds Jamison Crowder with 6 seconds left to put the Commanders up on the Eagles. Now, again, Jalen Hurts didn't play in that game. Kenny Pickett did. But these two teams not only played in the NFC Championship game, JD, they played 3 times last year. So I believe this will have playoff ramifications. I know I said that in the Bills-Ravens game. But when you look at it, this Eagles team has a gauntlet of a schedule. 10 of their 17 games are versus playoff teams from the previous year. And I believe they have to go on the road for 7 of those. So this game here in Week 16, with only 2 weeks left in the season after it, will be major implications in regards to who could potentially win the NFC East to give them that home field advantage in the playoffs. It was a barn burner last year in all 3 of these games. Can't wait to see them play this year.
We're going to keep it in the NFC. 2 teams set to clash again at the midway mark of the season. So, Kyle, we got the Green Bay Packers hosting the Eagles on Monday, some Monday Night Football action, November 10th. Philadelphia, obviously, I said on a return to the top. The Packers looking to rebuild, they're looking to build off of what they have been doing with their quarterback and Jordan Love. How do you expect this one to shake out?
Well, obviously, the last time that we saw these two football teams play, it happened in Philadelphia. No team fares well in Philadelphia. Well, rarely do they fare well. Now the Green Bay Packers get an opportunity to bring them back to Lambeau. It'll be a lot of fun. As you mentioned, it'll be later in the season, so it'll be true football weather in NFC North Country. And the Eagles, they're looking to retool. The Green Bay Packers are looking to strengthen their offense, obviously, build around Jordan Love, continue to add weapons on the outside. But the interesting thing to watch for me is going to be that Philadelphia defense and how they're able to deal with some of the key losses that they had. And if they are both in position that I think they're going to be in offensively, this could be a real fight for one of those top 2 spots in the NFC next year. Any opportunity you get to watch the Green Bay Packers and the Philadelphia Eagles play, it excites me. It's on Monday Night Football, even better. All the eyes of the football world will be on this matchup.
All eyes are definitely, there's football every day though. You gotta be, when you think about college too, you throw that in there, it's like, oh yay, it's Monday, it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Anywho, we're gonna move on to another day that football will be played, and that's Christmas. A lot of people have mixed feelings on that. A lot of people saying, maybe this should just be the NBA's day, but here we are in the NFL just saying, nope, we are here. The Chiefs playing on Christmas for the 3rd consecutive season. Kansas City hosting the Denver Broncos at 7:15 p.m. on Christmas Day. Lijay, you're going to be like belly full of yummy food, ready to watch this game?
I'll probably be working, JD, to be honest with you. And to your point about the NFL cares nothing about what the NBA feels about owning Christmas Day. We saw this when it comes to Black Friday. That's always synonymous with being a college football day. And the NFL took that over, too, and the ratings show that the NFL is king. So I love this game on Christmas Day. Not only are these divisional foes, let's not forget, going back to last year, Kyle, the Denver Broncos were probably the one team that had the Kansas City Chiefs name when you look at that game, and them losing 16-14, if not for special teams woes. They beat the Chiefs twice. Now, again, Week 18, there's an asterisk there because the Chiefs rested all their starters because they already locked in to their seed for the playoffs. And you see it right there. Patrick Mahomes has dominated the Denver Broncos. 13-1 against them. He has rarely lost them, only losing 1 time. But, Kyle, I feel like this is the year where the Broncos could upset and upseed the Kansas City Chiefs when it comes to the AFC West. On paper, if healthy, the Denver